Hello, this is a makeup tutorial. I'm going to be doing something pretty simple, nothing too crazy. If you hear any noises, I do have makeup on my TV, and I do have two dogs and a cat, so Lord knows what could happen. I am filming on my Mac laptop, so I apologize if the sound and the quality is not the absolute best, but I'm doing with what I have, so let's get started. Now, I'm going to be using 3 primers. That's not necessary at all, but it's just what I do, so that's what we're going to do today. I'm going to be using the POREfessional, and I just use that right here on my big pores. I don't really have big pores, but I like the way it makes my skin feel. It makes it super smooth, and that's what I'm all about. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that on my face, which is a clean face, nice and washed. My hands are washed, don't want to put any nastiness back on the face. I do have some blemishes, but that's because I've been trying to detox my face, so it's not too greatly fond of me right now. And I'm going to be using the Smashbox primer water as well, because I like to stay nice and moisturized. Make sure my cake face is nice and pretty. And I actually mix a primer with my foundation. I use the Maybelline Fit Me foundation in Dewy to Smooth in 330, which is toffee, and then I mix the L'Oreal Paris Magic Lumi Light Infusing Primer in it, and this is the foundation that I'm going to be using, and I just put it on the back of my hand, and I like to apply mine with a beauty blender. It's nice and damp. Probably left it in there for a little too long. Nobody cares. I just put it on the back of my hand, and this is a little bit dark for me, but the luminizer makes it literally the perfect color, so it's okay. And it does make it super dewy, so my face looks a little bit wet. And some people aren't into that, but I like to look like the rain is hitting my face, and I'm in the notebook at all times. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put that all over my face, and I'm gonna go ahead and pounce that into the skin. Make sure to get it down on the neck so you're all the same color. You're not looking crazy, which it's not that big a deal if your concealer is a little bit off color. Makeup is do you, girl. You don't have to be perfect. So you're just going to go ahead and pounce that into the skin. I have like a problem area like in my nose. Nothing ever wants to stick there, so if you see me go over that like 10,000 times, that's why. And I'm not going to get really super close to my eyebrows. I may look super weird, but I don't like when foundation is like in my eyebrows. It makes my eyebrows apply super weird. So I try to avoid that. I don't know if I mentioned, but I am using my laptop as my mirror and my camera at the same time. So if I get super close, that's why. So I need to check myself for how crazy I look. I like to go down onto the neck because I have some little bit of a discoloration on my neck, so I just like to cover that up. Just cover up that discoloration. Some freckles. I don't mind that. And I do have a makeup towel down here, so I'm going to go ahead and wipe off the excess that I don't need. Alright. And then I'm going to go ahead and do some concealer. I am using the Naked Skin Urban Decay in the color Light Neutral because I like to be glowing, so I like to use a light color. And I do look a little bit orange on camera, but it does match my skin, like my foundation does match my skin. And I just like to do a little triangle, and I know it looks super white, but once I blend everything together, it's going to look just fine. To me anyways. I like to be nice and bright-faced. Oh, my hair is going to get in my way, So I'm just going to go ahead and put on my little ears from Kohl's. Used to work there. They're pretty fantastic. And I'm going to go ahead and use the same beauty blender that I used for my foundation, just so it blends a little bit more seamlessly on my nose. I'm going to pounce that in. And I do put my concealer up on my eyes because eyeshadow primer does not work for me. I have greasy lids, so it creases instantly. As soon as I put shadow on it, I get creases. So I just use my concealer and set that with a powder, and it works so much better for me. Sorry, I'm like making crazy faces, but gotta get in all them creases. And if I sound a little bit crazy, it's because I got my wisdom teeth out about 2 weeks ago, and I'm like super scared of anything going wrong in my mouth. So I went back to the dentist yesterday to get my mouth checked out because there was a little bump, and they ended up doing a little bit more surgery on my mouth, so it does hurt a little bit. Alright, see, now the color on my face is a little bit more even. I'm going to go ahead and set my under eyes. I'm going to use the BH Cosmetics Forever Nude. Now, mine is like my color that my banana powder is pretty much like non-existent, but I find a way to get some out of there. So we're going to go ahead and dig in there and get some out. I believe in myself, so I know we're going to get some. See if we got some. Then we're going to go ahead and pat that on the under eyes. I don't like to do anything too heavy. I don't like to bake. Reasoning, I don't have one. I don't like to do it because I'm not going anywhere crazy. I'm not going to go, sweat on a dance floor. I'm just doing my daily work, I'm not doing anything too extravagant where I need to completely bake my face, And I do run this over my lid to set that concealer that I put on my lid. And I do go over all the other places that I put concealer as well, just to make sure that doesn't move and I don't end up with a light spot like way over here for some odd reason, So just go ahead and set that. And I do make sure to put a little bit extra powder in the nose areas. I know it can look a little bit cakey, but like I get really greasy right there, so it pretty much soaks up and looks just fine. So I'm going to go be done with that for a second. And I'm going to move on to my eyebrows. If I can find it. Oh, here it is. Okay. And I'm going to be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz in dark brown. Sorry, my best friend texted me. Sorry. Just take a second. Alright, anyways. What was I doing? Oh yeah, my eyebrows. And I have the Brow Wiz in dark brown. I'm going to go ahead and use my little Tarlet and Bloom palette so I can get a little bit closer to my face. And I'll try not to get in the way of the camera. And the lighting was a little bit better in here, but it's like stormy where I'm at right now. I'm in North Carolina. So it all of a sudden changed. It was great lighting and then not so much. So I just like to fill in my brows, nothing like too crazy. Sorry. And just brush through them. A lot of people use the new brow definer, but I don't know how I feel about it. I think it makes them look a little bit sloppy, but you know, that could just be me. Just comb through them. I know brows can take like forever, but you know, gotta do it. Gotta have the brows on fleek, you know. Can't have that stuff looking crazy. I know that most people start on the bottom in line, but I like to start on my tail because like the front of my eyebrows I love, but the tail, I don't want to talk about what happened. My best friend is being like super clingy right now. It's kind of getting on my nerves. Anyways. I thought I would put music on in the background, but it's like playing this super depressing music. Not depressing, like dark kind of. It's Florence and the Machine, which I love. But her music is kind of dark, which I love most of the time, but like, don't you think I'm like, you know, like this all the time? We're just sit and listen to dark music about being a heavy heart, you know? But I don't. So, okay. And for everyone that probably is gonna want to like get on my brow game, brows are sisters, not twins. So they're not perfect. So it's okay if you don't like my eyebrows. I love my eyebrows, so it matters. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and get into the eye look, and I don't know which palette I want to use. I have the Charlotte and Bloom, the Morphe 35T palette, which is the like mauve shades, like this, which is amazing. Mauve shades are like my absolute favorite. I would wear them every single day if I could. They don't match everything, unfortunately. And I have the Carli Bybel palette, which I also love. Which, if you could honestly see, you'd see I use it a lot. I think I'm just going to do something simple. I'm going to go with the Tarte palette. And I'm going to go ahead and find my fluffy brush. And I don't have, a lot of my brushes are not name brand, so I don't have a name for it. It's just this brush right here. It's kind of big. It's a little bit tapered, you know, to a point. I just like to take a nice bright color and cover my whole lid with it. I like to go all the way up to the brow bone. All the way up to the brow bone with it. I'm going to try not to make silly faces. Let me go ahead and text my best friend back so she doesn't like kill me. Sorry. And the color that I am putting on my lids, it's called Charmer. It's the one all the way up in the corner. It's just a white color, a creamy white color. And I do pack it on quite a lot. I do get all up in there with it. All the way up to the brow bone. I don't really do the whole chiseling with the concealer. It's just not my game. Not a super huge fan of it. I know some girls like the extreme chiseled brows, but I'm just not. So I just use the lightest color in whatever palette I choose to just go all the way up to my brow bone and not even worry about it. And you know, I use that to clean up as well. So, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and do a my best friend is seriously getting on my nerves. Sorry. I'm gonna go ahead and put the lightest color. It's like a sparkly champagne-y color. I'm gonna go ahead and put that all over my lid. Just think doing something light today, something light and sparkly, because that's what life is about, is being light and sparkly, you know. Gotta glow. So it is called Funny Girl. It's like honestly one of my favorites. It's like the champagne-y color. I'm sorry you can't really see it, but it's honestly really beautiful. And I'm not gonna do a transition shade because I want to get this all in there, and then I'm gonna go ahead, excuse me, and put some more colors, some more browns over it. I'm just gonna pack that on really a lot. I'm gonna pack it on a lot. I'm not going light-handed on this. I'm a funny girl, not going light-handed. No, I'm not being too precise. I'm not doing a cut crease or anything along those lines. I'm doing some everyday, just getting it on there. I'm not going high though. I'm not going above the crease. You can see I don't have super defined creases. Like, my eyes fold when I look down, so you can't see. If I chisel out that crease, you're not going to be able to see it. So if I want to do a cut crease, I have to go a little bit above it. That's not what we're doing today. So we're going to go ahead. Oh, sorry. And that was an off-brand BH Cosmetics brush that I used to pack that on because I don't have a flat shader brush. So I'm going to go in with the Sigma tapered blending brush, the E40, and I'm going to take Smarty Pants, that's this color right here. It's like a light brown, and I'm going to go ahead and put that in the crease. I like to look down when I put shadow in my crease to make sure I get it in a good spot. My best friend is seriously like sending me goddamn paragraphs, excuse my language. But we're not going to have lots of clean language on this channel, so I'm sorry if you like to have no cussing on your channels that you watch. It's not going to be here. You're not going to find that here. Because I guarantee once my dogs start barking, I'm going to go ham. I have crazy dogs. Crazy dogs. I have a year-old and I have a 4-month-old dog, and then a kitten. He's a little bit older. Also thinks he's a dog. And you see that's just a little bit different. It's pretty darn close to my actual skin tone, but I like to layer colors up. And then we're going to go with Jester, which is another brown color. It's a little bit ashier, a little bit deeper. Go ahead and put that on there as well. Just blend that out. And if your hand isn't hurting, you're not blending enough. So go ahead, go back in, blend some more. Because harsh lines aren't cute, so don't do that. And I know it's really hard to see what I'm actually doing. You can't really tell the difference, but I'll also post some pictures on my Instagram so you'll be able to see it a little bit better. It's not anything too amazing, too crazy. And I think I'm going to go in with Rebel right here. It's like a, kind of like a mauve-y, deep mauve brown. It's a little bit, it's deeper than the last two as well. Keep that on the outer corner. Still in the crease, but not going as far in as I was. I'm gonna bring that out a little bit as well, because we're gonna do some liner. I always do liner. I like to make sure right here where the liner is going to be is nice and pigmented, because I just like that look. Make sure it's nice and blended out. You can blend onto a little bit. You can go ahead and go back over that shade. Funny girl, go ahead and go back over it. Make sure it's nice and pigmented. And you can put some Max Fix Plus on the brush if you do want it to be a little bit more metallic. I haven't decided if I'm going to be that. If I want it to be metallic today. I don't really know. Maybe. Just a little extra. And sometimes I like to bring it up here, because it opens up my eyes. Because I don't have really big eyes, so I like to put the brighter color right up into the crease as well and blend it with those darker shades, and then actually blend it out so it doesn't look so crazy. Just blend it some more. It's all about blending. Alright, that's what we're looking for right there. Then I'm going to go ahead and get in there with a Sigma E30. The same funny girl, and I'm going to put that on my inner corner. Pack it in there. Got a glow from within. I'm going to bring that onto my bottom lash line a little bit. I'm not about the super smoked out bottom lash line. I don't ever put like a super duper big amount of anything down there, but I'm going to go ahead and take Rebel, that's that mauve brown shade, and I'm going to go ahead and put that down there as well. Just for a little bit more darker color to blend it to the top. And it totally looks kind of crazy right now. But we're going to put some liner on. And then it's going to look normal. Some liner and mascara, and it's going to look normal. It's not going to look like I'm a raccoon. Alright, we're going to go do some liner. And I like to tightline. I'm using the Maybelline Master Drama Eye Studio. This is just a little roll-up kind of thing, which I'm almost out of. The eye go on the top waterline, just on the outside though, to make my eyelashes look a little bit thicker on the outer corner. Now, I don't like to go all the way to the inner corner because my eyes water a lot and it gets in my inner tear ducts and it just looks a little bit sloppy. So I don't go all the way in. And then I'm going to take that same thing but in a liquid liner with a little felt tip, And the tip doesn't get a lot of liner on it, so I like to put it on the back of my hand and rub the tip in the liquid liner, just so I get a nice smooth line. Now I'm going to get all up in the camera so I can see myself, because this is also my mirror. Actually, you know what? I'm going to use my little compact instead, so I'm not all up in y'all's face. And I think I'm just going to do a little wing today. I'm not going to do anything extravagant. Just a little wing, nothing crazy. Okay. Those gaps so you can see my lash line, because nobody likes to see the lash line in their mascara, not in their, in their eyeliner. Alright, liner's done. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and put on some mascara. And I like to do the Lights Camera Flashes from Tarte. With this brush right here. I'm going to go ahead and use my compact. And I like to tilt my head up because for some reason I am like incapable of not getting mascara on my eye makeup. And it annoys me on like a whole nother level. So we're going to go ahead and try our best. Oh, and got some on there. And when you get mascara on your eye work, yes I said work because that shit's work. Shit's art. Gotta take credit for that. You go ahead, let it dry, and then blend it out, and normally it just flakes right off. Now if you do it when it's still wet, it's just straight up gonna smudge, and it's gonna change the color of everything. So don't touch it when it's wet. Leave it there. If you're running out of the house, grab a Q-tip. Q-tips work just as fine as a blending brush when it comes to getting stuff off your eyes. So, okay. Now I don't have super luxurious, long, beautiful lashes. If you want that, go find my best friend. She has beautiful spider lashes that could be used as climbing rope. Lucky is what that is. I'm going to go ahead and put some L'Oreal Telescopic on my bottom lashes. This is like old school mascara, which I'm obsessed with. Now, one thing I am blessed with is pretty decent size bottom lashes. I didn't get skimped on the bottom lashes. And I like to do a couple coats. I don't put any liner on my bottom waterline. I don't like it. I don't like the way it looks, especially with a light look like this. I don't think it's flattering. I think it closes the eyes. Now, if you have really big eyes and you want to seem a little bit more smolderish, then go ahead. You get all up in that waterline and you do it, boo-boo. But me, I don't. Now I'm going to take a little brush, the E36 from Sigma, and I'm going to take a little bit of Leader. It's a darker maroon shade, and I'm going to put that right by my liner. Just the tiniest little bit, just to darken up the outer corner. Just a little tiny bit, and then I'm going to go in with a bigger brush and blend it out. Sorry, I'm making a funny face. And then I'm going to go back in with my E40, and I'm just going to blend that out. Because I just like a little extra color right there. Just a little something, something. Alright. Now, I am going to switch to my Carli Bybel palette for my highlighter, for my eyebrow bones anyways. I'm going to take my E30, and I'm going to take the pink shade. There isn't names on these, but it's like the lightest highlight shade. And I'm going to put that on my brow bone. Actually, I'm going to mix it with this color as well. If you watch Carli Bybel, it's her favorite shade for highlighting. Her brow bone anyways. And then I like to take my finger and go over it like this. And then when I'm done, I'll go back in with my blending brush. And blend that out to make sure it didn't lose my actual color on my lid. Because that happens, because I have such small lids. That happens more often than not. Looks like I got a little bit of something on my eyebrow. So I'm just going to go ahead and touch that up. Alright, good. Looking snazzy. Eyebrows look a little bit crazy right here. Just going to go ahead and make that a little bit thicker. And of course I put the lid back on. Alright. Looking pretty foxy right now. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and bronze it up. Yep, you heard me. Bronzer. But I'm going to go ahead and contour with it because I don't really bronze. I just contour. And I'm going to use this again from BH Cosmetics. The darkest shade. Suck it in. And you can't really tell what's going on my face on camera. But in person, you can see some life coming back into my face a little bit of dimension. Actually, I think I'm gonna, I might switch to my Bobbi Brown. I haven't decided yet. Wait, let me switch to my Bobbi Brown. I have the bronzing powder from Bobbi Brown. Expensive, really expensive. I've used the heck out of it. You can see the little divots in the pan. I'm going to go ahead and get a little bit of that on my brush. Get a little bit more serious with that contour. You will rarely see me absolutely chisel the hell out of my face. I'm not a chiseler. It looks so fantastic on some people. It looks so fantastic on my best friend. But me, I'm not a chiseler. I'm just a light wash of a little contour. You know, help the double chin. That's about it. I don't do nothing too crazy. I am going to go back into my banana color powder and clean up it a little bit. Just a little tiny bit, nothing crazy. Just like that. Nothing crazy. Not even a lot of color on the brush. Just a little something. Just a little something to clean it up. You know, dust off in the middle of the forehead. Even out that bronzer helmet. If you watch Desi Perkins, you know what a bronzer helmet is. You know about that life. And I'm gonna go ahead and take the primer. I'm gonna go ahead and dab some of that on my cheeks. By some, I mean like a little bit, because this shit is intense. and just get it in there. This is a liquid, so I did put it on top of powder. Come at me. Do it. I dare you. I don't care. Doesn't bother me. I'm gonna do what I want. Makeup is for everybody. I'm gonna take the Mary Luminizer. It's a little sample because this goes such a long way. Ooh yes, girl. Ooh yes, girl. I like to glow from within. There's no such thing as too much highlighter, and if you think so, this is the place for you. Because I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna layer this highlighter on obnoxiously until I feel like aliens are about to descend on my cheekbones. That's what's happening right here. And then I'm going to pounce over it just a little bit. Get rid of that powder. You know, glow team go. And I'm going to take a little bit, go on the nose. Yes, boo. Yes. A little bit on the tip. Cupid's bow. I like to use that for the Cupid's bow, my liquid, because it gets nice and tense. I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of this on my Cupid's bow. Just a little dab. It gets intense right here. Yes, boo. That's right. Get it. I'm going to go ahead and contour my nose a little bit because I'm looking a little bit funky. Just a little bit funky. I'm going to go in with this brush right here. Is a smaller one of the version that I started with. And I'm going to get all up in that bronzer. Yes, I am. And I'm going to go ahead, go down the side of my nose. Now, you may be saying, what the fuck? Why? Your nose is skinny as fuck. Well, because I feel like it, that's why. I don't particularly feel like I need a nose contour, but, you know, I put one on my damn face, so that's what happened. And I'm thinking for lips, just a little something, just a little bit of color, but nothing crazy. Let me reach down here. I'm not thinking pink. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab one in my purse. You already know. I like to put some color on my lips since I'm a little bit dark skinned. I'm a little bit warmer skin tone. Darker colors like this don't look as dark on me. This is the NYX Butter Gloss in Cranberry Biscotti. It honestly makes me want to fly and shout to the heavens that I love NYX because it's a beautiful creation. It's a lip gloss, but girl, yes. And you're thinking, Erica, you said natural. I meant natural for me, not for you. And dark berry lips are what's natural for me. They slay my life. So, I'll put a little bit of lightness in the middle just because I can. Alright. And this is the finished look right here. Nothing crazy. Something you can wear every day. Nothing amazing. Nothing like, you know, A1. I do have naturally curly hair, so I can take it down and show you what it looks like with your hair down, but my hair's super crazy, super curly. Still have eyeliner on the back of my hand as usual. Normally stays there all day. Go ahead, fluff it out. If you got the curls, work them, so just fluff it out. This is normally what I do. Fluff it before I leave the house, you know. There you go. That's what it looks like with down hair. Normally I keep it up, but if you like this, go ahead and click the thumbs up and subscribe, and if you didn't, exit. That's it. My video quality will eventually get better. I just have to get a new camera and not use my laptop. So stay with me. Don't give up on me now. If you're watching the video, you're already in this. So I will see you next time.